All right, thank you for coming. We all have women in our lives we deeply love. I would like to express that the respect for women is of the highest priority for both myself personally and our football club. We have some fantastic women working in our football club, both in the AFLW program and on staff, and our thoughts are with them, and I apologise to them, along with the women in the community, for the actions of the players. We are extremely disappointed at the actions of the players, and the sanctions imposed by the board show that how serious we take these matters. To those women involved, I hope everyone is getting the support they need. A culture isn't perfect. One thing that we do know is our culture has taken a hit. The thing you need to understand about a culture is how you respond and the actions you take following being hit. We're going to work through, and as hard as we possibly can, to get the trust back from the community to get to the culture where we're desired to be, where we once have been. As you understand, this is a police matter, so there will be some questions that I can't answer, but I appreciate you the time, and thank you all for coming.
Thanks, Dean. I'm deeply shocked and disappointed to be here. And I firstly want to apologise to the AFLW players, our female staff and the women in our lives, our partners, mothers, sisters, and all women within the community. We take these allegations extremely seriously, and we hope the women involved are getting all the support they deserve. We're really disappointed of the actions of these 5 players, and as a playing group, we fully support the club's decision on the sanctions handed down. We take full responsibility, and we are deeply sorry. This is a police investigation, and out of respect to all parties involved, there'll be questions I won't be able to answer to.
Dean, were there any other Swans staff members in the room apart from the 5 players?
That's a police investigation.
But isn't it something that the Swans would know? You could answer that.
That's a police investigation, so all that will be brought out in due course.
Dean, was it a mistake to give them a free pass to go without a curfew?
We spoke about post-game, about what's required to make the right decisions. These obviously aren't the right decisions, and that's why we've acted as a football club and come down with the sanctions.
How much soul searching have you done personally?
It's been a really hard week for everyone involved at the football club. We're not shying away from that.
There's been questions, Dean, on whether you've lost control of the players, of the club and the culture and the playing community culture, if you like, that squad. What do you say to that?
I've been at the football club for 9 years. Every person within those 4 walls we value extremely highly, and they have a massive say on our culture as a group. We understand as leaders we need to lead that culture, but what we are going to do is we back ourselves in, we're going to move forward, and we're going to strive as strongly as we possibly can to repay the faith.
Callum, I just wondered how, as the leader of this group, your morning unfolded on Monday morning. Like, did you have any idea anything had happened? You came downstairs, like, how did that...
No, it's a police investigation, but I was extremely shocked.
Callum, what did you and Dean say to the FLW players? What was their response? This is from both of you. I know you did address it.
Yeah, I addressed the AFLW players, and I acknowledged their pain, and I apologised for the actions of a few within our group.
Callum, have you spoken?
You can't comment on the police investigation, but in terms of the behaviour that breached club standards, is it possible there were other players or members of the wider entourage in that room?
No, well, it's a police investigation what happened in the room, but we believe that the 5 players have let us down, and that we believe that we'll be doing everything we possibly can to repay the respect and the trust of the community again.
Callum, have you spoken, Callum, to the 5, and would you ever allow them to come back into your team?
Look, it's still an ongoing police investigation, so I can't comment on
But
the
based
outcome
on,
of that.
without the police stuff, as your administrators and leaders have done, put that aside from what happened on the night that made them have to be forced to be stand down and ruin your finals chances. Is that enough for you to say no more contact with them? What would you tell me?
This isn't about football. The sanctions that were handed down were not about football.
No,
This
but
is
we're
a people
interested
problem.
in what your position is with those 5 players.
My position is that I fully support the sanctions that have been handed down by the club.
And on top of that, I've spoken to the players.
Yeah.
And my role as the senior coach is to support our players, but we are fully supportive of the decision the board made. That is unanimous about standing out, and it is not a football issue. Monday morning was not a football issue. Yes, the behaviours were breached, and that's why the sanctions were handed down. I've spoken to them about their welfare, and that's what I'll always do. I can't ask them any questions or speak to them about what happened that night because it is a police investigation.
How are they doing?
But as you can imagine, everyone at the football club, or everyone in general, has had different emotions, and they've gone through all of them. So,
How are they going?
like people would expect. And that's everyone, and the time that's needed to work through those emotions and how they change is happening in those 4 walls as well.
Dean, a lawyer for 2 of the women spoke this morning and described the behaviour as disgusting, horrid, demeaning. It's the worst he's ever heard towards a woman subjected to in his 28 years of being a lawyer. How do you respond to that?
I respond to the highest level about respecting women, and I've always been like that. And then from there, that is, I can't comment on what a lawyer says about something, other than we'll work through our process, and my stance on respect for women is of the highest order.
On top of the comment that
Yep.
the lawyer made this morning about the alleged victim claiming that what allegedly happened in the room was abhorrent and demeaning, we've spoken to fans that don't even want to put the jersey back on again. I mean, how do you recover from that?
We've got a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do for our football community and for the community in general. That's as honest as I can be, is that, and we're willing to put that work in. I think one thing, the stance we made against these actions were really firm. We took accountability for it, we stood up for it, and now we have to forge forward. We have to do it as well as we possibly can, and that's our focus.
Callum,
Have been interviewed by police?
That's part of the police investigation. I can't answer any of
What's
that.
your message to fans that are reconsidering coming out this weekend, the double header, in light of everything that's transpired this week?
Oh, mine is, as Callum said, the football. I haven't looked at football this week, and North, without disrespect to them and what our club need, it is about trying to work through this process as quickly and as thoroughly as we possibly can, with respecting all parties. So football, I hope our fans stand by us, and our club is united, our playing group's united between both programs, and we want to show that on Sunday.
I just want to add as well. I want to add that it's a historic weekend for the football club. It's our first doubleheader of AFLW and men's program together on the SCG. And whilst this has overshadowed it, I think it's an incredible, powerful moment that we come together and we celebrate that moment of AFLW program out on the SCG.
You've got Brody Grundy here, you've got Charlie, Dean, serious contributors to this football club who have played for this club. What's the feeling in terms of the club at the moment, in terms of the men's program, given what has happened this week?
There's a range of emotions, but there's pain, there's sadness, there's disappointment, and as I said, we're going to bind together to be better for this.
Have you spoken to them, Callum?
Yes, I have.
And how was that conversation?
Extremely hard. Extremely hard.
Callum, as
Can you
captain
put
of this
hand on
team,
heart and say that this was a one-off, what happened in that room?
I can't comment on what happened in that room. It is a police investigation. It's still ongoing.
Having a player with the Swans for more than a decade, have you ever seen or been made aware of any of your teammates engaging in the sort of behaviour that has led to the club sanction, which Matthew Pavlich described as bringing people back to the hotel? Have you ever seen or been made aware of?
Our club has taken a massive hit with its culture, and we deem that those behaviours that were displayed on the weekend were far from what we believe is the standard that we need to be.
Have seen that before?
No, I have not seen
Have
the
the players admitted to taking drugs in the room?
it's a police investigation. We can't comment on what's gone on.
Dean, wouldn't it be better, you've named the 5 players, to end this speculation just of how many people were in the room and were there any other Swans officials in the room?
As part of the investigation, I'm unaware of that. And it is an investigation we have to let the police do their job and work through.
Dean, can you?
So that's what we need to do.
Dean, can you?
And respectively, we have to do that.
Dean, can you confirm that you were not in that room that night?
I wasn't in the room.
But it's a question of fact. It's not a matter for a police investigation whether there were other staff members in the room. That's just a yes or no question. So that's why the question.
Yeah, so we're still trying to find out information as well.
When did you first get involved, Dean? When did you get the phone call saying this is something going on, you better join us, get down here?
No, that's part of the investigation. Yeah, I can't say any more about anything. All I need to do is make sure that our football club can gel as quickly as we possibly can, and we get an opportunity as a playing group to make sure that we do that on Sunday. I can't look any further than that. I first have to get my head into North Melbourne and the historic moment our doubleheader presents.
Do you have programs in place within the club for your male players that teach and talk to the male players about respect for women?
Yes, we do. The AFL has a program that we've all participated with. I think what this has caused is for us to put the mirror up to all men within society and all men within the club, and that we need to do better.
Has either of you or anyone from the club reached out to the alleged victim?
No. As part of the investigation, we can't do that.
What was the thinking behind driving the players back rather than flying?
Driving the players back.
Yeah, what was the reason behind it?
So I was back in Sydney. Decisions were made to how we best support our players within the circumstance that happened, and that's all we could do.
Callum, you said it was very difficult to speak to the players, but I'm just wondering if you could talk to the mood in the group and whether there is a rift in the group because of what's happened.
No, I can say there's not a rift within the group.
You spoke about the culture and not slipping each other in the eye and having that accountability. Have you sought or do you expect those players to look the team in the eye with responsible actions?
Yeah, there will be a time where that comes, yes.
Just on those 5 players, is there any worry about their mental health or how they're actually recovering?
I think there's concern in every party. That be women in the community, that will be our players that are involved, that is the women involved. I think that the well-being of everyone involved is the utmost importance.
Callum, clearly there's a football perspective over the next 6 weeks potentially with finals. How do you galvanise this team and make sure they're ready for what's to come in the next sort of 3-4 weeks?
That we just take every day in its stride. Everyone's going to be feeling every different emotion, but we'll work together and we'll stay together.
Thanks very much. Just the last one.
Does the team still have aspirations of premierships and thinking that far ahead, or is football kind of secondary at the moment?
Football's secondary at the moment, but we will stick together.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank you.